You're exactly what I'm looking for, and I know I can make your life better.
When I see your face, I see wrinkles and children that look like you.
Hi, Celine. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Really, really happy to be having this conversation.
Yeah.
But first, I have something to confess. I still
Yeah.
haven't recovered from past lives. I
Oh,
haven't recovered myself from the heartbreak and all the
oh
emotions that
yeah.
that that movie made me feel. But
Mhm.
I was really looking forward to seeing your next film, and
Yeah.
I'm pleased to watch Materialist, and I want to know for you,
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
after exploring such intangible connection or mystical connection that you explore
Yeah.
in past life, what was the starting point for you as a writer to start creating Materialist?
Well, I think that I wrote Materialist after I finished working on Past Lives and before Past Lives came out into the world. So there was a time between when I finished like post-production on Past Lives and then it came out as Sundance in 2023. And then of course it had an amazing journey that it did. And the whole time I knew that this was going to be my second movie. The whole time I was releasing Past Life, I knew this was like a movie. And I think that the truth is that Materialist is about also the intangible connection. Because I feel like it is really about, and I think that it's actually more explicitly about intangible connection because it's also talking about tangible connection a lot, right? The movie is really interested in talking openly about the way that tangible connections are the ones that we really value. And that at the end of the day, still the thing that is ancient, the thing that is forever, and the truth is always going to be love. And it's going to be the intangible connection between these two people, the thing that does not have value, the thing that does not have a number attached to it. So I think that really is really what really I think I'm continued to be really interested in. It's really about the way that the the tangible and the intangible um uh are seen and watched and made into a movie, right? Because the movie has to have both the tangible parts and it has to also inspire the intangible. Yeah.
Definitely, and the reflection we get at the end of the movie is exactly that. But one of the themes that is also present is like treating love as a transaction. And
Hmm.
you must have encountered yourself with difficult realities that people live in present day by trying to find love. So, how was that process for you of exploration of the current state of dating, especially in a city
Oh.
as New York City?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think exactly that. I feel like in a New York City, it is very hard to live, let alone find love here. And I think that's actually true about probably most cities, right? Because it feels like there's so much opportunity to fall in love. And I think that that's also what makes it really hard because then you're like, well, then why not? Why don't I have love? Right? So I think that uh, yeah, I mean, I think that I would of course run into the way that everybody sort of talks about the person that they're supposed to fall in love with in really material terms, in terms of treating them like commodities or like objects, right? And the truth about commodifying and objectifying other people is that you start doing that to yourself too. So it's always a question, I'm sure you saw in the film, there's so much repetition of the word valuable, right? They talk about, I want to feel valuable, you make me feel valuable. But then you have to ask, why do you have to date somebody valuable? Well, because you yourself don't feel valuable. But then, of course, the next question is, why do you have to feel valuable? Why is being valuable important? Well, because you're merchandise, right? And the most important line in the whole film is, I'm not merchandise, I'm a person, right? And two pieces of merchandise cannot fall in love with each other, but two people might fall in love with each other. It's possible. So I think that in that way, love is only possible if we start treating ourselves not as merchandise, but as people. So I think that I'm always running into um, that way of thinking everywhere I go. I think everywhere I go, we see that. We see that people start to really treat themselves like they're objects, and then they're trying to date in a way where they're trying to find another valuable object to add to their object. And you're like, well, how can love happen when there is when neither of you are people, but that you're objects, right? Yeah. Oh, Jorge, you're
cannot
silent.
you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
You're sorry.
cannot leave the you cannot leave the human side out of the equation and the human magic that happens when two people meant to
No,
be together meet.
of
So
course.
that's amazing to find it in the film, and that's a
Yeah.
constant that we usually find in romantic comedies. I'm a perpetual defensor of the romantic comedy genre.
Yeah.
I, wa-
Good.
I want to know if you consider the movie as a romantic comedy and what elements of this genre did you were inspired from to create the story.
Well, I think that I actually just wrote the story that I wanted to write, with the characters that I loved, in a way that I wanted. And then I think that's after I showed it to my producer and my studio, they said, "Oh, I think it's a romantic comedy." And I'm like, "Oh, it's a romantic comedy." So I think that it was really more like that. But I think that it is a romantic comedy because there's so much to laugh about, right? Because I know that the audience is going to laugh a lot. Now, it's going to be a very serious approach to love and romance. Of course, I'm sure you've seen the movie. It's
Yeah.
serious approach to love and romance in the modern life and modern
And,
love. Yeah,
and some of the laughs come from tragic moments that these people presented on the film go through, and that's
yeah,
incredible because it makes you more connected. Last, Celine, I
yeah.
want to know how was the process of finding the right actors to tell this story, because the chemistry between them is simply
Oh,
incredible,
so good. I
incredible.
mean, well, I think that it really, I think have to think of it so much as like a bit of matchmaking. So I write the characters
Okay.
without thinking about actors, and then I go out into the world looking for the soulmates of those characters. So with all three of them, it really was about having a conversation with them, and then to
Mm-hmm.
realize in the middle of the conversation that they're soulmates of the characters. So, and then after that, like I was like, well, I think that I was talking to Pedro and I would be like, oh, I think that I'm realizing that he's Harry. And then I fall in love with the idea of him as Harry. And then I, of course, show him the script.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, of course, reads the script. And then he goes, and he falls in love with Harry. And then that's how you could
Mm-hmm.
cast it, just with love. You have to cast it with
Yeah.
love. Yeah.
And as a watcher, as a audience, you can feel that love. Celine, thank you again for
Yeah.
your time,
Thank you so
and
much. Thank you, Jorge.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on the
You,
film.
buddy.
Thank you.
Who our
Bye.
partner is determines our whole life. Not for 1, 2, 10 years, but forever.
Oh my God. I need you so badly.
Yeah, I'm desperate.